Hey guys, what's up? I've had the Generation 2 worker darts for almost 2 months now. I've used them at a war on the weekend, and I can safely say there are some ways in which the Generation 1s defeat the Generation 2s. The first of these I'm going to showcase in Australian summer weather at this local park near me. We've got some light coloured dried leaves, as well as some green patches throughout the grass. Worker Generation 2 darts come in two colours, white and green, and both of these are very poor choices for recovering the darts when you do your dart sweep at the end of the day. Randomly throwing these darts on the ground, I always found the yellow one first. And in some tests where I wasn't even looking in the direction that I threw them, it took me quite a while to find the other darts. I got lucky and found a green dart because it was already next to a yellow dart, but for that third dart that I have no idea where it went, it took me quite some time to actually see it. So Generation 1 darts are definitely easier to find in dried grass. The next one some of you probably saw coming. Remember that durability test that I did with the Reaper darts versus the Worker? Let's do the same with Generation 1 versus the Generation 2. The order of the shots will be Generation 2 and then Generation 1, and then reload the mag with the same darts. Repeat until the heads blow off. As you can see, the Generation 2 has only lasted 2 shots, and we'll just continue to fire the Generation 1. Looks like the Generation 1 survived an extra shot into the bricks than the Generation 2 did. In practice, where you're shooting at people or the darts hitting the ground or something that's not as hard as a brick, this can add up to a considerable longer lifespan for the Generation 1s. Now, this is something you might remember from the first comparison I did, and that is that the Worker Generation 1s travel at a slightly higher feet per second than the Generation 2s do. I just want to test this again now that I'm using a brass barrel. So as you can see, the average is close enough that you could just consider them equal. However, the Generation 1s seem to have a more consistent velocity range, at least in brass. Finally, I'll be testing accuracy again. Last time I tested without a scar and found a very slight advantage to Generation 2, and then with a scar I couldn't find any advantage to either of them. They were both equal in terms of accuracy. This time I'm going to make the target a bit more difficult to hit. I'm turning the Exus 2 box on its side, making it effectively 1/3 the width. I'll be shooting from the same distance as last time, which is 55 feet, and scoring based on hits or misses. I'm using my 16 kilogram expanded plunger tube longshot with a scar barrel. Last time I used a much lower velocity blaster.
mag won't feed the last start. Need to Dremel it a little better.
To be completely honest, that last shot may have been bad aim on my part. But even if it wasn't bad aim, the results are still pretty much identical. Using a scar barrel out of a high-powered Springer, I don't think it matters whether you use Gen 1 or Gen 2, you're going to get pretty much identical accuracy. Adding to that the other benefits of Gen 1 that I discussed earlier, I think I personally will be going back to Generation 1. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys.